Getting divorced through a mutual agreement won't make it easier or quicker for couples to do so. Minister of State for Social and Family Development Xueling says the new option is meant to reduce the typical fault-finding and unnecessary agony that families go through. She was responding to concerns by MPs in Parliament during a debate to amend the Women's Charter. The previous system may have forced parties to dredge up past hurts on facts such as adultery or desertion. Well, under this new amended law, couples can instead choose to write up a deal to take joint responsibility in a divorce. Parties must submit to the court reasons for their failed marriage, and this may include a difference in values. They must also show efforts to reconcile and arrangements on children and financial affairs.
Providing the option for parties to jointly take responsibility rather than pinning the blame solely on one party would more likely set the frame and mindset for a less acrimonious and conflictual process. Thereafter, when parties proceed to the ancillary discussion, they are more likely to do so without the resentment of either having to bear full blame for the divorce or the pain of having to dredge up past hurts.
Measures are also in place to help families with minors. Before a divorce can happen, couples must attend a mandatory program to help them prioritize their children's well-being. Previously, this applied only to contested divorces. Now, couples may also attend counseling services to try and save their marriages at this stage. And children will also get more support. The court can decide to send them to a program that teaches ways to cope with their parents' divorce. And there are also stiffer penalties for those who deny former spouses access to their children. They may have to compensate for expenses or even a fine or jail times. Heidi Ng with more of what happened during the debate.
I'd like the members to have spoken.
MPs were concerned that the new divorce by mutual agreement or DMA option would mean more broken marriages.
Even for happy marriages, there will always be the inevitable quarrels or disputes over finances, lifestyle, upbringing of children, and even relationship issues involving the in-laws. And this will shake a marriage. My concern is whether the new Section 95A1F will make it easier for couples who cannot work out their disputes to take the easy way out and apply for divorce based on mutual agreement.
But the Ministry of Social and Family Development says there are safeguards in place.
This includes, number one, the 3-year minimum marriage period before divorce can be filed. Number two, minimum 3-month period before divorce is finalized. And number three, that the existing 5 facts for parties remain for parties who prefer to rely on them. The divorce process also remains largely the same no matter which fact is cited, including DMA. In fact, citing DMA requires further submissions to the court. A, the reasons leading parties to conclude that their marriage has irretrievably broken down. B, the efforts made by parties to reconcile.
Ms. Soon also reassured members that the DMA is not the same as no-fault divorces overseas, where they don't have to prove the marriage has irretrievably broken down. So the MSF does not expect divorce rates to increase significantly. Meanwhile, MPs had concerns over abuse of the system.
There could, however, be situations where a spouse who has higher financial control and power over the other coerce the dependent spouse into mutual agreement to divorce, but not out of that spouse's own will.
We rely on family lawyers to prevent such cases. In addition, the mandatory parenting program can act as a safeguard against such instances, as the counsellor may identify and assist such spouses.
Wrapping the debate, Ms. Soon also says that the ministry's stance is that divorce is and must remain a last resort.
Our commitment is to protect the marriage and save it where possible. But we must do more beyond legislation. The legislative amendments must be seen in totality with non-legislative initiatives which will help couples resolve issues at all stages of their relationship.
She says these include marital and family counselling at selected family service centres and adds that there would be 10 such facilities by year end.
Other changes include safeguards on marriage. So, for instance, non-residents tying the knot, at least one party must have been in the country for 31 days straight. It's to prevent sham marriages and turning Singapore into a place for people with no ties to the country to get married.